All right, so let's get to it. All right, switching hats. Off goes the Tigers. There goes the Ohio State hat. Man of many hats, J.K. Simmons.
Thank you.
Last time you were here, you're like, I don't think so. I don't know. I feel bad. I don't like it. 60-plus points later, look at you, like a Cheshire cat back here on the show.
I cannot say I did not think of you during that trouncing. I was like, God, if I had just gone in there and been super confident and cocky, no. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, at some point, the rivalry will actually become a rivalry again. I don't know when that might be, but
oh, come on. Now, hold on a second. You didn't see it coming. You didn't think it was going to happen. And it did.
I thought it would be a real competitive.
I did too.
Football game.
I didn't see
an athletic competition of some kind.
It's funny. During that game, I have not seen you since. I'll tell the story. I told it here, but I'll tell it again for those who will indulge. I saw the way it was matriculating.
Yes.
And
repeatedly, up and down the field.
Let me tell the story.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
62 points, JK.
Stop it.
Yeah.
So the way it was unfolding, I had my 2 of my 3 kids that were there. Normally, I needed to have my own space and take the kids out, whatever. But they were coming in, and I decided to just throw myself into the love and the nurturing of my children who just wanted to play these games. Normally, during a Michigan-Ohio State football game, no time for games. There's only one game, the game. Yeah. This time, though, got down on the floor, played a little, matching game with them. I just threw myself into the love of my children.
That's a beautiful thing. That is such a touching story. And at the same time, they were learning a lesson in how to lose, which is an important lesson that we all must learn, in life.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You got to learn. You got to learn to keep that stiff upper lip. So let me tell you this story as well. J.K. Simmons here on the Rich Eisen Show. At the Super Bowl this year in Atlanta, and I got the golden ticket invitation from the commissioner of the National Football League, Roger Goodell, to watch in his very nice posh digs in the stadium. And it's assigned seating, so there's 2 rows of comfy seats, and then the bar seating in the back. I got a bar seat, and the person who was sitting right in front of me in the comfy seat, I looked down on the piece of paper. And I look at my seat. I'm like, oh, my gosh. The person sitting in front of me, Urban Meyer.
I've heard of him.
So I go up to Roger Goodell, and I'm like, Commissioner, I know you're a busy man. You're a busy man. I'm sure you're not taking part in the seating chart of this affair. But did I do something wrong? Did I piss you off? Because I need to figure it out. He just looks at me and goes, sit down and enjoy the game.
I love that.
So first quarter, guess who sits down, turns around, says, couldn't have been nicer, couldn't have been more.
Because he's a Buckeye.
Is that what it is?
They're a nice breed of people.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because I find that sometimes runs counter to that conversation. I know.
Well, it's weird.
So what do you think about Ryan Day now, sir? What do you think now? Are you a little nervous? You're a little concerned?
Well, yeah. I mean, relatively unproven, but I have a lot of confidence there. I think, we had Luke Fickell when Luke maybe wasn't quite ready, and now he's proven that he is in Cincinnati. And, I hope, it's a brand new day.
I like it.
In Columbus.
Is that going to be the phrase on the?
Well, that's the phrase on my text chain with the Lang brothers, my Ohio State little conspiracy homies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brand new day. No, I'm looking forward to it. And always you're rebooting. We got for sure 2 first rounders, maybe more this year.
Well, for sure, Bosa and Haskins are not going to have a very long first night of the draft.
Right.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
And then all those kids showing up, and they just blazed a trail down the 40-yard dash line. It was remarkable.
Paris and the boys.
Paris and the boys. And then unfortunately, that kid, the defensive back, I think Moorhead is his name. He popped a pec the day before. He might have been the fastest one of them all if he was able to run. So using all of my professionalism to go through all this, I found it interesting, though, that Ryan Day's first act was to tell Schiano we're done. and then tell Tate Martell we're done too, and get that kid from Georgia.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you too? Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I mean, and we don't know all the inner workings, obviously, but he's made a lot of great hires in the meantime, and like I said, you're always rebooting at a place like Ohio State. So
I'm all for a reboot.
yeah, I know you are.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.